Hello friends, welcome back to War 7 of Season 8. We're currently ranked 29th in Platinum 3, holding steady in the middle of the pack there. Today we're taking on 214 PS, Planet of the Symbiotes. So they are a Platinum 3 alliance as well. Good for them. Let's get right into it. Before we start today, I would like to welcome back to the team the one, the only, Mr. Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider himself. Yes, I actually remembered to bring Ghost Rider today, to so that I wouldn't get screwed by another Kingpin. Let's get right into it. So first up, we have a blue Cyclops on whatever node this is. This is the bleed immune, poison immune node. I do like fighting Cyclops, only because his special one is. It's kind of tricky unless you've had a ton of practice for it. You watch for the little head bob there, and it's got a three hit events to it. It's pretty much the same as his special 2 in terms of the number of hit events. The special 2 has a bit of a wind up period, so you get more advanced warning as far as evading it. But so I take the same approach with it that I take with like Yellow Jacket. So make sure I have enough space. And that ensures that I have enough space to dodge back and I can evade all 3 of the hit events on it. But other than that, on this node, Cyclops not doing much. Cyclops not doing much in general, unless you're Command Mike, in which case he's doing everything for you, I guess. So it goes down without a problem. All right, next up we have a Ronan on Power Start 1, Plagued Mind Cornered. So going in with Void here so that I don't trigger Cornered on him. Ronan as a 5-star, I think, is a champ that I would like to have eventually. I have him as a 4-star from doing, Realm of Legends, but I don't have him duped. I'm not going to waste a gem on him. But I think he's useful in certain situations on certain nodes, like Adaptive is one that I can think of. Any sort of power reserve node he's good on. So definitely a niche utility champ, but one that is good to have in your arsenal. So maybe I'll pull him someday. I'll probably just keep on pulling trash though. All right, so we are moving on to my redemption here against Mr. Kingpin. So we're going to boost up with just I don't know if I do a lesser or a medium. Okay, I use a lesser. And then a health boost, and then a small attack boost. We have an interesting mini-boss fight today, and an interesting Arc Overload fight. So a couple of champs that I haven't faced on these nodes today. So get through this Kingpin. This is, again, not much going on here with the Kingpin. With the Danger Sense, again, I was missing it last war, and you can see what a difference it makes. So I'm more or less doubling my attack with Danger Sense, plus the attack bonus from the boosts, and then since he's marked as a villain, I am not always triggering Buffet, which is hugely important on this specific node, and I'm also not triggering his Rage, so I can usually safely stack the bleeds on him without converting it to Rage, so that also contributes to the damage as well. Other than that, I did want to make kind of a couple thoughts on Act 6 while this plays here. So I started Act 6 the other day. I'm recording this a bit late because I was away for the weekend, but I did go through a few chapters of Act 6. Overall, it's kind of what I expected. There's been a lot of hullabaloo recently with the 4-star ban from Act 6. I'm kind of on the fence about it because I do feel like in terms of the damage and the health pool of some of these opponents in Act 6, a 4-star probably wouldn't work. Especially when you get into some of these like bogus fights like a Dorm or a Magic where you trigger the D-Gen or the Limbo like once or twice and you're pretty much dead unless you have a very specific counter to them. But on the other hand, the synergies is really what I'm finding myself missing, especially Ghost Rider. for Blade and Sparky. And I feel like if it was truly about, as Kabam said, helping to avoid creating frustrating experiences for a player, which in and of itself is a truly ironic, hilariously so statement, given some of the decisions they make elsewhere in the game. But if it was truly not about creating frustrating experience for players, I think that a good compromise would be to create some sort of node like, I don't know, call it Kiss of Death or something, where you can bring 4 stars into the quest, but if you try and actually take them into a fight, they are like instantly knocked out. So that in that way, you can allow a player to bring in a Ghost Rider or a Heimdall for the synergy purposes, but if you don't want them to actually use them, then they can't. So I don't know, just my thoughts on the matter. All right, so next up we have a 6-star Cosmic, and you'll notice the persistent charges there, so I know it's either a champion or a Heimdall or a Venom the Duck, I think are the only 3, or a Captain Marvel, but I think that was really unlikely. So I actually just take a screenshot, punch it into the Scouter Lens tool, come back in, and it is the champion. So not much going on here, so he's not duped, and he's not on the final node of a quest. So there's really, in terms of his abilities, most of them are pretty nerfed at this point. I don't think he gets any regen, and I don't even think he can become unstoppable without his dupe. So I am watching out for it just in case. Now, something funny I wanted to point out when I was editing this. So when he gets to his special 2 here in a minute, I'll freeze the frame here. Have to push him over 2 bars of power. And then when he leaps up, I noticed that his head fits perfectly right into where his portrait is in the top right corner. I don't know. I happened to pause it there. I thought it was really funny, so I thought you would enjoy it as well. So, as I was saying, so his special attacks are very easy to avoid, as long as you watch out for that unstoppable text that shows up. You get maybe a 1/10 or 2/10 of a second warning, to back off before you're going to get crushed by him. So there, he does proc a second regen as part of his abilities. So with Fear of the Void and the 2 petrifies up, it's just doing way more damage to him than it is doing good for him, and he goes down really without a problem. Alright, so this is a Massacre, 6-star, unduped on Strike Back Recovery. I was considering here putting on like an invulnerability boost, just in case I pushed him to his S2. I decided against it. So the recovery part of this node isn't going to do anything because Massacre has no regen, but the Strike Back is interesting because Massacre's special 2, if you block it, it does a ton of damage on you. So you either have to be proficient with dodging it completely, so it's a shotgun blast and then he winds up and then he chucks the shotgun at you, or you just have to take the hit. So my strategy was first to hopefully not push him over an S2 in the first place. He was being kind of stingy with his special 1s here, so I think I do push him to his S2 by accident twice maybe during this fight. This might be 1 here, yeah. So right here, I thought I could maybe get by, but it just pushed him over. So now I know I have to bait his special 2, and at least try and dodge it. If I get hit by it, I get hit by it, but I do not want to block it. So I dodge the first blast. I mistime the shotgun because he throws it really slowly, and you can see it does a pretty decent chunk of damage on me, but not as much as if I had just blocked it outright. So in that situation, it's better to just try. I don't know what happened here. I mistimed a combo or something. I was backed in the corner, so I was forced to take him over a special 2 again. That time I did just block it, and you can see now I'm down to 1/3 of my life, but he's just about dead, so call in Sentry for the kill. This was an interesting placement. You either have to be very good with his special 2, which I'm not. I don't have enough practice against it, or you have to get lucky with the petrifies, which I also wasn't. So not bad of a placement there. All right, so that's about it for this war. We did go on to lose, so this brings our record after this war to 3-4. So we got our work cut out for us if we have any aspirations of hitting Platinum 2. I think we pretty much have to win the remainder of our wars, or the vast majority of them. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.